the diversity of the members of our team that were involved. It really allowed us time to come together, gel, and even just to get to know each other better.
I agree 100% with what Victor said about the value that it allowed our team to sort of get together and talk.
I really benefit from having specific tools to reference. And so I know for me, I thought the organizational equity reflection tool was probably one of my favorite resources that were shared through the program, and just being able to have, specific prompts to reflect on. Yeah, that's definitely something that comes to mind that was super helpful for me. I was thinking about how fortunate I was in the group that I was in to be able to say that, like, my organization's leadership, like, we have that buy-in for this work. I just remember hearing that experience from other sites that maybe this was really their first time having a lot of these conversations ever. So I was able to offer insight from our experiences while we still, had and have room for improvement in a lot of ways, but just feeling that we had also made quite a bit of progress. I thought the organizational equity reflection tool sparked the desire or drive to frame a big part of our strategic plan in an effort for us to further embed DE&I all the way throughout our organization and our impact in communities. Being able to visualize where we were, and just to have additional ways to frame our goals and where we'd like to be. So yeah, I think it was really helpful that we were developing our strategic plan while we were working through this tool.
While a lot of our work was focused on health equity, that was the motivation of a lot of our work and the hoped for impact of our work, that prior to this time we hadn't really used that language as well. And so part of this was starting to reframe our work in the language of health equity. Sometimes there's not as much precision about what people mean by that as we'd like. But I think it certainly was a turning point in terms of some of the language that we use to just describe our work.
We now have a DE&I statement, and we have just more explicitly, I think, in all of our publications, just in naming terminology like racism, anti-racism, and we have written style guidelines that include just more inclusive language. And then we've been developing a mentorship program for staff of color, being more intentional too about thinking about our metrics and just how we want to be able to document and capture all of our progress going forward.